Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Ferreira. I am the host and owner of Gem and Me. I want to take the time today to introduce myself. Who am I? I'm a young, proud, first-generation Latina, born and raised in Washington Heights. I have excelled in my life with adversity, hope, belief, motivation, and most importantly, the power in me. And I believe everybody has their own power inside themselves. And I want to share this platform with you to be able to explore and dig very deep inside of you to find the blessings, the gifts that you were given to become the best version of yourself. So thank you so much for joining today to the Gem and Me podcast. I hope to give you blessings, aha moments, many gifts really that you have within yourself to be able to unfold and find those within you. Thank you for listening today and welcome to Gem and Me. The power is within you. Hello everyone, Gem and Me here. I wanted to speak today about feeling guilt with your relationships. Recently, I feel like I've been my friends, family members, parents, guardians, grandparents, have set like expectations, right? In terms like, oh, you don't call me, you don't reach out, or like, oh, I have, days without hearing from you, and they'll be like, throw some sarcastic, lines, and honestly, I feel like they're so toxic, right? So as soon as, like, for example, maybe I go 3 days without calling my grandma, right, for example, and she's like, oh, me botate, you don't love me, right? And obviously that's not true. I just been, tied up, a lot of things going on, and like, I didn't call her, but it doesn't, like their expectations that maybe you should call them, every day, or like the lines that they throw at you is not from a place of like love, really. It's like from a place of like being toxic, or saying like, oh, you're not paying attention to me, or you don't care about me, or you're too busy to do this, or like what's up with your life. And it's so toxic. Like, honestly, I feel like if I call you and we have a couple days without talking, like, the most that I want to hear is like, oh, I missed you, like, what you've been up to, like a great vibe. So I feel so happy and like having a pleasant conversation that we actually like connecting, right? And like kind of picking up where we left off, or like making up for those days that we didn't talk, right? But it's constantly like, oh, you forgot you have a dad, or you don't love me anymore, or this and that. Like, it's so toxic. And honestly, like, it has been so draining for me lately, because I feel like we have these certain expectations from people, like in our lives, in friendships, in parents, and I've learned that we can't give others what we don't have. And if like I'm like struggling with like things, going like juggling a bunch of things, like, and I don't have the time or the like mental, emotional capacity to like be talking and like maybe just touch base, like we talk about the same thing, right? Like, oh, like, or gossip, right? Some relationships with our guardians or grandparents are based on gossip. All they talk about is gossip. And that also is toxic, because if you're not, that doesn't entertain you. It's more of, I would say, something that you don't value or that you don't really like, but you just have to call this person, or you care about this person and you call them, but all they talk about is gossip. It's hard, right? Like, I'm in this place where I have this type of relationship with some of my important people in my life, and it's like, I will love, like, I'm in this process of like, okay, I have to talk to this person, tell them how I feel and how toxic I feel like their comments and their relationship is. and kind of like weighing, right, the options. Like, should I have this conversation with this person? Like, is that gonna make my relationship better or worse? Honestly, I feel like if I have this conversation with my grandma, she'll probably take it very, very offensive. Like, she already has her ways. I don't think at her age she'll be able to bend and have different values and thoughts or whatever, mentality really, about, no, she expects us to call her and like she's important and whatever, like she is, but like, like having that mentality that, people have lives, and even if like we don't talk for 3 days, that's totally fine. We just go back and kind of embrace our time together and our conversation. But that's a whole nother story of like being able, depending on how open-minded the person is, right? And how their ability to bend and understand and kind of see the world in a different way. It's hard to like change other people. The only thing that we can change is ourselves and how we perceive people, how we act, what we say, how we react to their actions, etc. But it's been satin, like it has really affected my emotional stability, because I feel this sense of guilt when they tell me like, oh, you don't love me, you don't call me, you don't this, you don't that. But at the same time, it gives me frustration and anger, because it's like, you don't even know all the stuff that I'm doing, right? And I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and like I'm calling you, and maybe this is the reason why I don't call you so much, because you give this type of energy that I honestly don't want in my life. Like, I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to be a better person, and you being sarcastic and throwing these lines, like, that's not really helping. That's a trigger to me, because I'm just like, really, like, this is just toxic. But yeah, I just want to kind of talk about that, and then maybe you guys are going through the same thing with your family members or friends that expect you to like reach out to them and be there. I'm not a high maintenance person, honestly, like in terms of relationships. Like, I get it, like people have tons of things going on, like, a text or here and there, like that's totally fine for me, and maybe we can hang out, or whatever. But like, constant phone calls and things like that, like I'm not that type of person. I don't like to be talking on the phone, especially about gossip. Like, I'd rather talk about important things or growth things that are gonna make me a better person, or like talk about deep shit. Like, that's my thing. But I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys, because I'm really struggling right now with like people I love that have this toxic vibe going on. And it's frustrating, it's annoying, it's just like draining. And I know I have to address it and like set the boundary and like tell them how I feel. But it's just like, like I said, like with my grandmother, it would be so hard to just be like, oh, this and that. Like, she wouldn't understand. Maybe she'll take it in the wrong way, and then it gets even worse. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that seed and talk about it. Let me know what you think, and like what guilt trails your family gives you, and what you're feeling and experiencing. I'm happy to talk about it. But thank you so much for listening today. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Have a good one. I want to just say that we have to let the guilt go. We often have all this guilt of certain expectations or things that we can meet for others. But if you are not there for yourself and loving yourself, you can't be there for others. So just give yourself some grace and let go of the guilt. Hello everyone, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful that you're here listening to my podcast, Gem in Me. I hope that you continue to share, continue to listen on very important topics that I discuss in my growth and journey to what is called life. I hope that you're able to learn and explore different values and things that you have within you. I really hope to serve as a support system and a community to those who need that inspiration in that community, because I know that I needed this, I still do, but like growing up, I felt like I needed something where I can see the examples and have a support system. So I hope to serve as such. Thank you for listening and have a great one.